Hello, my vigilant, vivacious Virgos. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of December. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. So, Virgo, this is what came up in the cleansing ceremony. We had Bob Marley coming out, you know, One Love. Of course, there is the Rastafarian aspect to this. So for some of you, you might be cleansing some substances that you have been utilizing, whether it's, you know, cannabis or otherwise. So anyway, Bob Marley, his attitude: a small axe can fell the tallest tree, right? It's about being, you know, in harmony with things, right? Like, yeah, just peace and love, and, you know, get high, and yeah, don't take life as seriously, kind of, even though his life was very serious, right? I mean, he really stood out for a lifestyle that was illegal in most places when he did it, right? And he is still an icon for freedom above all, right? To be able to live your religious beliefs no matter what they are, even if it is worshiping a plant. But the thing is, I think Bob Marley died from something bizarre, like toe cancer, like cancer in his toe, right? And that's what I get this attitude as, like, a small axe can take down the tallest tree, right? It doesn't really matter how tall you grow something into, right? You can have, like, a giant redwood can be taken down with a small axe over time. And what I'm feeling here is that there has been some, you know, things that you have been growing, but it's like you let the smallest things kind of cut you down. With the lifestyle, we have the fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. So there is this aspect of kind of, you know, looking at a certain you know, portion of society, thinking, okay, well, they are sinful, right? The Babylon, fruits of Babylon, things of, you know, going against God's will, or, you know, spiritual will, however you want to put it, that they are rotten to the core. Like, you know, they're rotten, and that's just kind of the way it is. Avoid it. And the inspiration is everything that is holy is among us here on earth. So there is this aspect of bringing your spiritual life and what you physically experience, what you physically see, together. I will tell you, I found this giant clump of hair that fell out of nowhere. It didn't even feel like my hair, which is interesting. So I'm not sure if there is something like that that's going to be coming towards you, or maybe how you are using your hair in your spiritual practice. Interesting, Virgo. But anyway, anything that is holy is among us here on earth, right? So, of course, the Rastafarians, they, you know, praise the plant. Did some of them have, you know, maybe otherworldly beliefs? Sure. But really, everything that is holy, you know, is here. So it definitely seems like an emphasis on, you know, your spiritual world being kind of strictly what is physically around you. And then we had the Five of Chalices come up, right? This is sadness. This is loss. This is disappointment. This is when you're crying on the couch and, you know, might have 5 glasses of wine too. So, I'm sorry to see this. This is getting cleansed, Virgo, so it does look like you're on your way out of it. This is the healing that you are doing, but it does have to do about this sadness and loss. And behind it was the 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. And what this was telling me is that it feels like you're kind of stuck in a foundation. You know, 4 of Pentacles is when you are building your foundation when it comes to, you know, money, housing, anything tangible, physical relationships, working on your body, whatever. It's like you get down to the bare ingredients. You know, you have everything, but you have a lot of work to do. And the thing is, you know, you are reaching this point of closing this cycle with somebody else, but it seems to be kind of like a repetition of, like, you know, getting stuck kind of in the fundamentals of having to kind of start over and build the foundation, even if this 10 of Pentacles is concluded. But I felt that it wasn't fully like finished here, right? Because 10 is when you complete it with somebody else. And this is my card of, like, having joint finances, you know, having kids together and things of that nature. So it seems like that is what is being cleansed. That's what you're working on. But for some reason, it's just kind of like going back to the very foundation of feeling like you're the one that has to work to build the foundation, so to speak. And then we had Charmander coming out for the clarifier using playful. So this has to do with the root chakra. So, you know, everything that you eat, what you drink, your sleeping patterns, and as well as your safety. But for me, this is, you know, someone who is trying to be very playful. So there might be a little bit, you know, more play than work, and maybe you feel like you're the one that's doing the work all the time. But this is someone who is playful and, you know, can kind of be a bully. Not like they know it. They're not necessarily awakened to what they are doing, but they're still conscious beings, right? And this is like when you take away someone's glasses so they can't see clearly. So I take that very much as deception, or kind of like, you know, you don't get to know what I'm doing sort of thing, not allowing things to look very clear for the future. Okay. And then behind it, we had strong energy in reverse. This is fighting energy. So what I'm getting is you're feeling like you don't really want to fight this, and it's kind of taking away from your strength here. Okay. Anyway, Virgo, that was what's coming up in the cleansing. Let's start off Shufflemancy. There are 14,000 songs here. I am going to be making a YouTube playlist with all the songs that come up as your kind of soundtrack to the month of December and what's going to be happening. So check out the Shufflemancy. That will be linked in the description box below. And we will also be getting song messages all throughout the reading. So let's start us off. Fatty Boo. Faithless, forever faithless. So Fatty Boo. So I'm getting that there is some sort of relationship going on. Possibly weight is a concern here, or image or something like that. But we have faithless and forever faithless. So yeah, it does feel like you've kind of lost your faith, and that you feel like, you know, forever you will be faithless. Everything that you want to praise is within, you know, what you're finding in the earthly realm, and possibly mind-altering substances. So, you know, Neptune did go direct in Pisces. So Neptune and Pisces are both, you know, planet and sign of altered states of consciousness. So a lot of shifts that have been happening with that. But my Virgos, so welcome to Sagittarius season, right? This is all about philosophy, academia, wisdom, spirituality, religion, culture, and also our luck and abundance. So Sag rules all things that are based on perspective. That is the subjective, and perhaps the only objective reality, which is that everything is subjective, right? If you want to believe that. You know, it's that sort of philosophical Sagittarian energy that this season holds. So it's those types of deterministic approaches to things that really shape how we see the world and make us biased in the most innocent ways. So in this season, we are going to take a look at what philosophy are you stuck in that no longer serves you. And then we're going to see how it's blocking your luck and abundance. In the extended, we are going to take a look at what sort of new philosophy can you bring in to help let go of that old philosophy, and then some advice on how that is going to help bring in your luck and abundance. And then also we will be pulling some oracles. So let us see, what is the philosophy that no longer serves? This spread is also available during December. I'm booking 15 of them at $55.55. The first 10 people who book will get it for $44.44. So email me if you are interested. All that information is in the description box below. So coming out stuck, we have Janis Joplin and Billie Holiday. So Janis Joplin, her attitude is evolve, but don't compromise. You're all you've got. So this definitely is an attitude of, you know, like, yeah, of course, keep like pushing yourself to evolve, but don't compromise in any way. Like, you're all you've got. You don't have to compromise with anybody in the world, because really it's just you. We have lifestyle, which is the power of love must replace the love of power. So the lifestyle, I mean, that's good, right? It does seem like you are using the power of love, but like thinking that it has to replace the love of power, right? You can own your own power, and that is loving yourself first, right? Of course, the hierarchical sort of power of like, I need to dictate, you know, above everybody. It's interesting because before, in the cleansing ceremony, I got this energy of someone writing policy or wanting to write the policy, like very high up where people have to, you know, follow these rules. But anyway, the inspiration is you are far greater than the sum of your fears. So it looks like being stuck in this philosophy that like, it seems like there are a lot of fears, but you feel that you are greater than them. And because of that, it's like, how do I want to put this? It's like you aren't able to apply this to truly feel, I want to say worthy. It's not really that, Virgo, but in order to dictate to someone else rightfully. Okay, really interesting energy here, Virgo. Okay, and then we had Billie Holiday. So the attitude is, if you're gonna play with your whole soul. So it looks like you're really putting, and you know, we had that playful, right? That playful energy, and you're using all of your soul for somebody who is just playful with you. It's like they just play. Woo. All right, and the lifestyle is you have no understudy. So what that takes to me is that you're not giving yourself a break off, right? Because an understudy is when you have someone following you around in a play or whatever, concert, and that they are able to, you know, learn. There's my dog barking. Angel Gabriel is saying like, yeah, this is important. So it's like, you know, you have someone following you around so they learn your lines, right? Gabriel just started speaking for me. When you have someone who can speak for you, when you have someone that can take care of your tasks, but it looks like you've set up some sort of hierarchy in some way where nobody can depend on themselves without you helping, right? No one is helping you. You don't have anyone to take over for you when you need a break. And the inspiration is sometimes losing beats winning. So it looks like you're allowing yourself to lose sometimes. It's like, well, it's better to lose than to win sometimes. Well, why? Because you feel like you shouldn't be in a position of power here. And the power isn't, you know, we have like the power of love must replace the love of power. And it's like, instead of owning your own power, you want to love other people by making yourself irreplaceable in some sort of way where it has created some kind of codependent relationship where you feel that no one can do what you are going to do. Therefore, you know, you must keep putting other people first and losing your own power instead of taking charge and being like, you know what, I need to love myself first, because that is how my cups stay full in the right way. All right, Virgo. You guys are getting really serious into this now. I can feel it. I'm so proud of you because I know we've kind of been on this for quite some time. All right, let's see here. Let's see, yeah, what is this philosophy that is no longer serving Virgo? Ooh, we have the Queen of Swords. So this has to do with communication and things being final. Remember how I said, like, I felt some policy making, like someone writing policy? That's what the Queen of Swords would do, okay? The Queen of Swords, she makes a contract, right? And, you know, yes, she's going to be fair, but she's also the Queen of Swords, right? She can slip anything into the fine print and people trust her, okay? So you really can get away with anything. You know, depending on what you're getting away with, who knows, right? But this is definitely, I mean, it's the Queen. So this is really, you know, involving the highest form of divine feminine energy when it comes to communication. So it looks like you guys are nearly there, right? You're in some high vibrational Queen energy. Definitely a lot of feminine. You know, by itself, we have two feminines here and feminine here. So this might be a soul contract that you have with another feminine, or you might just be working on soul contracts in general. And it definitely has to do with how you're communicating, maybe how you get stuck in a contract, either a physical one or, you know, you write the contract of your friendship with other people and it's like, well, I'm going to do everything, you know, this. I'm always going to put you first and I'm never going to ask for help. And yes, that person would jump for joy, right? Who wouldn't want someone like that? Let's see, what's the light here? We have, yeah, this is your heart, and it's a heart chakra issue. And I'm going to say it straight up. This is your heart in the wrong place. It says, it's all right. Well, what? Choke, the cardigans, first band on the moon. Yeah, there is some, we're going to skip that one. there's a different timeline. I'm not going to go down that one. But anyway, it's all right, okay? I don't know if you're getting choked up, but it's all right, okay? This is, you know, putting your heart, always putting someone else first, but that's not real love, right? You have to learn to love yourself first in order to show up in love, you know, for everyone that you meet. This is East 17, and we have the number 27. So this has to do with 2 relationships is what I'm getting. This is twofold. And, oh, what do you know what wants to come out? Yeah, this is twofold. This is, you are battling this with someone who likes to be playful when it comes to how they make you feel safe, or very playful in the root, what is being eaten, drank, you know, sleeping patterns and things like that. Definitely some play, and it's taking away your strength. It's making you feel like you can't fight something and that you don't have the strength in some sort of way. It says, my Charmander is so rambunctious. I wonder if we can become good friends. So it looks like you are considering like, all right, can we be friends here? Sort of thing. Let's see what it says. Pimenta do Tempero. Deep forest, deep Brazil. So there could be, this is definitely deep, right? We have deep coming out twice. This is something deep into the forest. So I feel like it's definitely been like a long journey. You've kind of been in this dark forest trying to figure out exactly how to root like a tree, how to be grounded, right? Like we had that Bob Marley energy, and it's like every time you've built a tree, it just gets chopped down. And it's like, well, why is that? Why is that? Why do I have to start over and then nurture this tree into full bloom and then, you know, cut it down again? All right, let's see. What's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? I'm hearing that the next song wants to come out. Far away, cut copy in ghost color. So someone is far away here. Porygon using sharpen, and we have cut copy sharpen. Okay, this Porygon is you know, a computer Pokemon. It's Porygon 2. It evolves from Porygon, which is the first computer Pokemon, and this is like an upgrade. So it does look like the conversation has definitely upgraded here. Communication energy is becoming sharpened, but I usually take this as communicating through electronics. And, you know, with cut copy, there definitely is some, right, some writing, right? Queen of Swords, that's about communication. And it looks like a lot of it is online. A lot of, you know, like copying, yeah, cutting and copying stuff, right? Which is when you take something and you put it somewhere else. So definitely a lot of like computer work is what I'm getting. It says, with planetary development software installed, it became capable of working in cyberspace. So yeah, a lot of you are probably working from home, or, you know, yeah, capable of working in cyberspace, right? And then it talks about planetary development software. So planetary development software, I always take as when you learn how to use astrology correctly. So it looks like some of you might be doing that, but there is something that maybe you might see in your chart or the astrological aspect that makes you believe that you need to put others first, right? And Virgo, you are service to others, right? Like that is your sign. But that just means that you have to learn how to serve yourself first as a karmic lesson, right? As a soul contract. You need, yes, you have these inherent qualities, but you also have to learn how to make it compatible with you. Let's see, how's this blocking luck and abundance? Okay, 2 more ones to come out. I've been reading from the book so that we learn a little bit about them. I feel like the next one wants to come out. Never enough. Big Mix by The Cure, Mixed Up. Yeah, you feel like you're never enough in some sort of way. It's blocking your abundance because you don't feel enough and no one can kind of show up for you. And you're looking for some sort of cure, right? The Cure, Mixed Up. You have The Cure mixed up. It's not consistently serving other people here, right? And we have Hildegard von Bingen coming out. And, you know, this is when, of course, we all want to serve, you know, whatever we believe our highest spiritual potential is. But this is when you really give up some beautiful things, right? Like nuns, they give up the ability to, you know, show their body or have sexual pleasure or have children or all of these things, right? Unless, of course, the priest does it, and then, you know, it's hush hush, which we've seen a lot coming out about the church. But let's learn a little bit about her, okay? Hildegard von Bingen, Germany, 1098 to 1179. Abbess, artist, composer, pharmacist, poet, preacher, saint, and theologian, the 12th century German nun Hildegard von Bingen was one of the most remarkable women of the Middle Ages, or indeed of any age. Blessed from an early childhood with visions that she claimed were from God, she also possessed a worldly, occasionally ruthless streak, becoming the confidant of bishops, popes, and princes. Gabriel! See, Angel Gabriel's coming out again. Yet Hildegard is probably best remembered today for her music, drawing on the traditional incantations of devotional music. Gabe, please stop. Drawing on the traditional incantations of devotional music, her compositions took the form of a single chant-like melodic line known as antiphons. Discovered in the 1970s, her achingly beautiful, harmonious invocations of the sublime have become a cornerstone of classical canon. Yeah, this is an ancient woman who is still relevant in 2020 that we are learning about her, and she lived in 1098, right? This woman didn't let anything keep her down, and she was spiritual, right? She was like, hey, I am someone from God, and da-da-da-da-da, don't touch me, don't da-da-da-da-da, okay? So it looks like that is what is blocking your abundance, kind of this, a little bit holier than thou, even though she is a total badass, right? Of course, Virgo, you are a badass, but it's blocking your abundance and kind of only taking a certain route, okay? We have the attitude, become like a feather on the breath of God. So this is really kind of just, you know, let go, let God, and just kind of let the wind take you without learning how to, you know, become a tree and be grounded. Instead, just being a feather kind of floating in the wind, which, yes, it is going into with divine accordance, right? But that's why you're getting out of this too, okay? All right, we have the lifestyle. Gain wisdom through the study of the unknown. So it looks like to try to understand what is going on, there is a propensity to feel like you can study it, to feel like you can find some sort of solution in a book, right? Or, you know, just like how we saw, you know, like everything on earth is holy, like really looking for something in the physical world that's not in the physical world. And the inspiration is the soul is not in the body is in the soul. So it definitely is, you know, like as you can see her halo, I guess, you know, we have this auric sphere around us, and I'm hearing Bjork's like the gate, and it like, she talks about like, you know, my chest is a gate where I give love from, where I receive love from. And she talks about my silhouette is oval. And that's kind of how you are, right? You have this like Merkaba or light body around you, and then your physical body kind of follows inside of where you are. And it looks like instead of, you know, the soul is not in the body. It's like, it feels like your soul is kind of leaving your body. You might be dissociating a lot. Let's see who's coming out. We have Bruce Springsteen coming out. So his attitude is, there will always be magic, even in the darkest of nights. So you do understand that you can still kind of work this magic, but it's kind of using it for not the best time, right? Because the magic that you do in your darkest of nights isn't your lightest magic. So it looks like you're kind of casting from the shadow realm. The lifestyle is, may your mistakes, like your sins, be your own. So really just kind of, you know, owning up to your sin, like what you consider your sins or your mistakes, things that you've done wrong, and kind of going a little bit overboard with self-punishment in some sort of way. And then the inspiration is, follow the river, but keep your eyes on the sea. So again, it's, you know, really looking at the, you know, what's far out, and thinking that if you, I'm hearing if you travel upstream, then you'll get there. Okay. Definitely keeping the eye on the prize, but the eye on the prize doesn't seem to be serving you anymore. The next song wants to come out. Oh, it's never enough. Yeah, because if you keep going up, the hill, then you're never going to feel like you're doing enough. Owner of a Lonely Heart. Yes. The Rock album. Yeah. And look how the earth is exploding. I feel like that's kind of how you're stuck. Like, oh, the earth is, going crazy and da 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 da. But the owner of a lonely heart, it does feel like you feel lonely in some sort of way, that you're kind of like, yeah, alone in the world. Again, it's like this relationship issue. Let's see. How's this blocking the luck and abundance? Yeah, Two of Wands in reverse. It's causing your twin flame journey to just not be what it is, right? Because the Four of Wands is when two twin flames come together. The Two of Wands is when you learn that you're a twin flame and learn how to utilize your magic. So because it's in reverse, like, yeah, it's causing you to not be able to have your twin flame. What's the light energy? That's how it's blocking it. We have Grand Bull using tantrum. Yeah, you consistently, I'm hearing the next song wants to come out, The Quran, a biography by Bruce Lawrence. So this is interesting. It's going to have some philosophical information about relationships. Okay, I'm going to record this and add this to the Shufflemancy playlist. It is song 8 on that playlist, so check that out. It's a 3-minute little snippet. Anyway, so that has to do with your twin flame journey. Okay, so we have Gramble using tantrum, and this is causing you to have fairy type is soulmate relationships, right? Soul contracts that you have to break. You can't get in union with your twin flame because you're too busy in these contracts, finalizing them, with people who throw tantrums that either you throw a tantrum towards or they throw a tantrum towards you. So it's, it's interesting. And as you can see, Gramble, like, look what it's eating, right? So lots of fresh fruits and veggies, and we had in the root chakra, and the root chakra is influenced by what you're eating. Remember that over 80%, almost 90% of your serotonin is created in your gut, which is a direct reflection of what you eat. So make sure you are eating enough, fruits and vegetables and fresh things, because, that influences your mood. It says it can make most any Pokemon run away simply by opening its mouth wide to reveal big fangs. Yeah, so it's like it's blocking your abundance because it's just bringing you all of these relationships where someone opens their mouth too big and scares someone off with these tantrums. Like says something that's just like, whoa, and then it's over. Let's see. It says, Live Like You Were Dying by Tim McGraw. Okay, yeah, this is like living like you're dying, like tomorrow doesn't matter, of just kind of being in these relationships over and over again. That's keeping you away from your twin. All right, let's see. What's the shadow here? Coming out stuck, we have Pidgey using peck off. So yeah, coming out stuck. This has to do with communication, right? It pecks off communication. And look at that cheeky little eye, like, huh, I don't care. It's blocking your abundance because it's kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'll cast from darkness, or, I'll own my sins, but I'm just kind of like alone here, and, I can fly away at any moment and I'm good. It says, a common sight in forests and woods. It flaps its wings at ground level to kick up blinding sand. Yeah, it talks about walking through that forest, right? Like the common sights in forests and woods. And it's like you've been walking through this forest for a long time. And every time, an axe comes to the conversation, or the axe comes to the relationship or whatever it is, it just cuts down completely unrooted, right? And then you just fly to the next tree. Is like, whatever, I'll just... the conversation can be pecked off and I'll be good. But Virgo, you're not a flying type. You're not an air type. You are a earth type. And it does talk about kicking up blinding sand, right? And it's the same thing here of being blind, not being able to see something. So it does look like kind of keeping, people from seeing something is what really is blocking your abundance here. We have Bubbling, which is blue, and we have 58. So this is some sort of cycle that is very disharmonious. It's causing some issues, like that 5 of Cups I'm seeing. And this has been something that's been going on, and it feels like you allow this anger to kind of bubble up and then just peck it off, just fly to a new tree here. And this is making you blue, right? It's making you blue because yeah, it's making you sad. All right, like I said, in the extended, we are going to take a look at a new philosophy to bring in that can help from with this old philosophy, and then some advice on how to, you know, how that's going to help bring in your luck and abundance. But let's get an oracle card. What does Virgo need to hear? You are a badass. Act like it. Yeah, you are. You are a badass. So it's time to act like it. You're giving away your power. What did I just say, right? That's exactly what this whole reading is about. So if you would like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.